Welcome back to Webinar Ninja, a podcast about how to teach, present, sell, and connect with your audience effectively using webinars. Last time on Webinar Ninja, I promised to let you in on what Webinar Ninja, our platform, is all about, and how you can get a sneak peek of it in action. I'll share with you the details on how you can get access to a demo of Webinar Ninja later in this episode. We've been talking a lot on this podcast on what we do on a webinar, how to teach, how to build trust, how to communicate and connect with your audience, and even how to sell your products and services effectively without feeling like a slime ball. But what we haven't talked about is the platform, the tool you should use to pull this off. How do you make sure the tech works and everything looks brilliant? Now, we're obviously biased here, but the truth is, you have options. We know this as a webinar platform provider. I know this firsthand because if you remember back in episode 1, I shared with you we created Webinar Ninja because of the options that were out there. We were just not happy with those options. We wanted to use something else. This is why we decided to create our own solution. As a policy, we at Webinar Ninja do not speak about our competitors. We don't believe in comparing ourselves and bad-mouthing them. We know how hard it is to create a product. So no matter how strong our feelings are against the way others produce or market their product, we as a team decided we'll only focus on what we offer our audience and how we can serve them with our solution. With that said, I honestly believe Webinar Ninja is and will be the leader in webinars. Let me tell you why. Number 1, ease of use. From its inception, we wanted to ensure that creating a webinar was very easy to do. The whole point of using a webinar platform is to be able to create a webinar with ease. This is why when you create a new webinar with Webinar Ninja, every step is not revealed all at once. This can get very overwhelming and confusing. As you go through each step, the next step appears, the way it should be. If you ever get to a step and wonder how best to complete that step, you can simply click on our just-in-time tutorial up on the top of the page. These tutorials explain exactly that step. This is something I borrowed from my teaching days. It's called just-in-time learning. There's no point in learning 5 steps at once, just a step you need to accomplish at that time. Of course, once you set up your webinar in minutes, you can go back to any particular step and edit the content if you like. Number 2, design that sells itself. We are crazy about beautiful aesthetics. Everything from our registration page templates, live webinar page, to the thank you page, to the details of the chat area. We want your webinars to look pro. Design is what your audience interacts with first, before your content. We want to make sure you nail your first impression with your audience. We already have over a dozen customizable registration page templates and are continuing to build upon that library. But design is not only about good looks. It's about conversions. Every template is tested to convert higher than the industry average, much higher. We even have an option for you to choose your registration page template based on facts and not hunches. Filter for which registration page converts best for you, or filter for which converts best for all the Webinar Ninja members at that time. We want to make sure your registration pages not only look great, but convert into registered attendees as well. This leads me to number 3. Analytics you can use. When a user registers for a webinar on the Webinar Ninja platform, they are sent an automatic email notification with all the webinar details, including the webinar link. Now, instead of the link sending them straight to the webinar page, we have the user sign in using their name and email address, the same information they used to sign up with. This does a few things. 1, it makes sure your webinars are actually secure, that you're only having registered attendees attend your webinar. If they're not registered, they can register, especially if this is a free webinar. This is especially important if your webinar is a paid webinar. But it also does a couple other things. 1, it automatically signs them into the chat area with their name. And the other, it allows us to gather some incredibly useful data for you. In the Webinar Ninja dashboard, you'll be able to track how many registration page views you received, how many registrations and thus conversion rates, how many registrants attended the webinar, when they attended, when they dropped off, and a whole lot more. But there is no point of collecting data if you can't do anything with it. This is why we integrated an email marketing system within Webinar Ninja. You can specify emails to specific webinar groups based on their activity. For example, you don't have to send emails to those who didn't attend the webinar thanking them for attending. Instead, you can send them an email letting them know, sorry you've missed it. and that you have a webinar replay page all ready for them. And your webinar replay page is created automatically with Webinar Ninja. You can speak directly to your audience based on their activity. This way you can serve them properly. And this is all managed right inside Webinar Ninja. We have more about what we're doing to change the webinar game, but before that, let me introduce you to our sponsor, Xero. Xero. Xero is a beautiful accounting software built to help small businesses to be more productive and successful. Xero is easy to use. Send invoices, online quotes to your customers, pay your employees, manage cash flow, expenses, and even your inventory with Xero. Xero is in the cloud, just like Webinar Ninja, so you can access and manage all your business accounting on the go. Xero does what desktop software does and more. Plus, you can use it from anywhere at any time from your mobile device. For example, if you're working, traveling, going to conferences, you can send invoices easily on the go, and your clients can pay you online instantly. Guys, Xero is a no-brainer. And especially because they're giving us a free 30-day trial. You can sign up for this free 30-day trial at xero.com/podcasts. That's xero.com/podcasts. Xero, a beautiful accounting software built to help small businesses be more productive and successful. The whole reason why you do a webinar is to build trust. Webinars have proven to be one of the most effective content marketing tools out there because they're interactive. You provide value, your audience consumes it, and is able to build upon it through interaction with you, the host. But how do they interact? Number 4, the chat area. The chat area on a webinar is something we wanted to make sure we gave a lot of attention to. As an attendee, I might have a question I want to ask the host. I might want to say hello to a fellow attendee, or I might want to request more information to be emailed to me later. These are very different needs that can't be met with a single chat box area. We've created a general chat area where everyone can chat, get to know each other, and discuss. But we added a direct admin tab where attendees can send questions directly to the host. These questions are automatically found in your admin area within Webinar Ninja. Along with the question is the attendee's name and email address, just in case you can't reply right on the webinar. Number 5, mobile optimization. When we designed Webinar Ninja, we made sure every aspect of it is mobile optimized. Everything looks brilliant on any smartphone or tablet. That includes registration pages, thank you pages, and live webinar pages. So you can watch and chat on a live webinar at the same time on your mobile device. But it doesn't just end at what your attendees see. The admin area, or what we like to call the dojo, is also fully mobile optimized. Host and run a webinar on your tablet or smartphone. This is completely revolutionary in our industry. Some say mobile is the future of the internet. We say it's already here. So we want to make sure that you're ahead of the game. There are so many other features I would love to go over. We are so proud of what we built for you. So we decided to put together a full-length demo of Webinar Ninja in action. If you're interested in checking out that demo, visit webinarninja.co/demo. There are 2 things that Webinar Ninja offers we didn't mention, but they're huge. The first is an amazing community of people that are and will be rocking it with webinars. Our private community is already buzzing like crazy right now with awesome ideas and collaborations. Nicole and I love spending time answering questions and getting to know each person that joins. If I wasn't so busy creating content and working with our team on the platform, I would be there all day. The second is what I just mentioned. Tons of amazing content. High-quality training created for those who really want to create an amazing experience for their webinar attendees. Courses on how to teach, present, and sell on webinars, as well as plenty of downloadable lesson plan templates and ready-made Keynote and PowerPoint templates. If you want a taste of what's inside the members' training area, this Friday, April 10th, we're releasing a completely free course on how to plan and launch your first webinar. Just visit webinarninja.co on Friday to get instant access to this free, step-by-step, 7-day video course. I want to take a brief moment before wrapping up this episode with something that's greatly overdue. Nicole, myself, and the whole Webinar Ninja team want to thank all of our founding members. Those of you who have pre-ordered your membership for Webinar Ninja. You are the early adopters, the ones that get it, and get what we're trying to do in the webinar world. We are so excited to share with you what we have been working on for over 17 months now. We are so glad to have you in our community and can't wait to help you create the best webinars your industry has ever seen. There's a strategy that's extremely underutilized in the webinar world, one that Nicole and I are huge believers in, a strategy that has proven to create more business and sales automatically. It's content marketing. Look out for it on the next Webinar Ninja. Webinar Ninja is produced and edited by Nicole Baldino. Music is by Dan Mills and Mark Bose. If you enjoy this podcast and find it valuable, we would love to hear your thoughts in an iTunes rating and review. If you're on your iPhone right now, just click on the cover art. You'll see today's show notes. In there, you'll see an easy link that says, give us a rating and review. Click on that link and the rest is a piece of cake. Thank you in advance. To learn more about what we're doing at Webinar Ninja, visit webinarninja.co.